Okay, I know this video is a little old, but it's one that I meant to do on God knows what channel. This is from Melissa A. Fabello. She is the ringleader of Everyday Feminism, and this is her video to Taylor Swift. Given who she is, I'm half expecting her to ask if Taylor Swift would like to get her pussy eaten.
Dear Taylor, this is a YouTube series where, through an open letter to you, I, Melissa A. Fabello,
And I'm sure she'll see this, and I'm sure she'll care.
discuss social justice topics for other white feminists.
When the fuck has Taylor Swift ever said she was a feminist? And two, Taylor Swift, one of the reasons I like her, it isn't for her music. It's because she's one of the few entertainers out there that doesn't fucking constantly talk about politics.
If you don't understand these
And this must be stopped by the blue-haired feminist brigade.
ideas, you belong with me. And today, we're talking about whiteness.
Yes! The great scourge of the earth! Whiteness, especially white men! What have they ever done for the fucking world? Well, we built modern society. That's all.
And how by not acknowledging it or actively working to dismantle it, we contribute to the oppression of people of color. Now,
How?
hold up. Oppression? That sounds kind of serious.
Yeah, and fictional.
Isn't oppression like governmental? Doesn't it involve explicit hatred toward and violence against groups?
Well, actually, no. Oppression is. It does involve the government. Oppression is if we pass a law, let's say, that requires a certain group of people like Jews to wear a Star of David on their clothing, or like one college did that has a white square on white students so they can acknowledge their privilege. I wish I was actually making that up.
Well, no, not entirely.
No, actually, yes. Unless it's legal, oppression doesn't exist. Name me one right or privilege that I have under the law that a black man does not also enjoy. One. Any one.
Oppression is the socially supported mistreatment and exploitation of a group.
And good thing we don't have that, at least in this country.
Which means that, yeah, it's absolutely institutionalized and systemic.
Again, no, it's not. Any examples, or do I just have to go on your stupid word?
But it's also implicitly supported by our everyday thoughts and behaviors.
See, this is why you're not good at business. This is why everyday feminism apparently continues to struggle, is because you don't have the killer instinct, okay?
Women, for example, are oppressed by a government that controls our expression of sexuality
How? How the fuck do they do that?
through anti-abortion legislation,
That's not your sexuality, and abortion is still legal.
limiting access to other birth control.
How are they limiting access? Walgreens are every 15 feet, and every fucking Walgreens has birth control pills in it. Oh, what? You gotta pay for it?
And
Get a fucking job with some health care.
making
Your fucking buddy boy Barry Dimwit dipshit Obama made sure you had to have health care.
our nipples illegal. But
Okay, the free the nipple thing. Look, that's almost a separate topic. But look, women's breasts are sexualized, men's aren't. But if it's any consolation, I don't want to see your nipples.
But we support that bullshit when we, say, sing about women who are better known for the things that they do on the mattress. I know you know.
What?
that, Tay. You've spoken up about your past sex shaming. And Taylor, I know that
What?
you know that it's also implicitly supported by men who don't admit that sexism exists or that they benefit from it.
Okay. How do I benefit from it? Let's see. Most workplace deaths are men. Men get fucked over in divorces. Men get fucked over in custody courts. Men are more likely to kill themselves. Women are more likely to attempt suicide, but men are more likely to succeed. Most of the most dangerous jobs are done by men. We work longer hours. Where's the privilege again?
Which brings us back to whiteness. Like how patriarchy, or the ways that men are advantaged by social, economic, and political systems,
Any examples? How am I, socially, no. There are certain things men can just be accused of and they're destroyed. We generally are not considered primary caregivers. Economically, we work more than you, bitch. A man got a degree in engineering. You got a degree in feminist theory. Which do you fucking think is more lucrative in the real world? As for political systems, you can run for office. Do so.
oppresses women. White supremacy oppresses people of color. Some people are oppressed by both. And no,
No, it doesn't.
white supremacy doesn't just mean KKK members and
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what it means.
neo-Nazis. White supremacy also takes the form of exotifying and objectifying the bodies of women of color, romanticizing and glamorizing European colonization.
Oh my god. God. Are you sure that you're using hair dye and not blue paint in your hair, bitch? Okay. Exotifying, objectifying women of color's bodies. I assume you're talking about white men that do this. Well, let's see. I see an Asian woman. I like her. I have objectified her because she has certain traits that are appealing to me. But I'm looking at her as a fellow human being that I would like to get to know better. And then, of course, fuck! Uh, yeah, but I don't see her as anything less than me. Like, I come over and go, you, Asian lady, you sucky me love long time. No, I generally go, hi, I'm Dave, and you are. As for this colonization shit, well, that ended a long time ago, about shortly after World War II. And as for Africa, which do you honestly think? Which do you think it was better off with? The British there or not there? Because, the countries that had to fight the European powers are unified to a certain degree. The countries that didn't, because a lot of European powers just left when the African countries demanded their freedom. They didn't have the resources to fight a war after World War II. Those countries for the last 60 years have been in civil war and everything's gotten shittier. So, food for thought.
And using white fragility and victimhood to demonize people of color.
I have no idea who the fuck those two people are.
And I'm sorry,
And I'm probably going to get shit for that.
Tay, but no, you cannot be excluded from this narrative. Because although you never asked to be a part of it, you are.
How? So, she tries to exclude herself from political discourse and discussions and doesn't want to drink your fucking Kool-Aid, but you're like, well, you're fucked, you're drinking it, bitch.
We all are. Because that
No, we all aren't. You know how I know? Because a lot of this shit was over and done with long before I was fucking born. And you too, bitch. Look, you can fucking have your white guilt and feel really shitty and think of yourself as a horrible human being because you're a white woman. That's your prerogative. And hell, if you post a photo of yourself on Facebook, I'm sure you can get a black not dominatrix. What the fuck is the male one? Fuck it. So I'll fuck it. I'll call you a lesbian. You can get some black lady dominatrix to come in and spank your ass and call you a white whore while she fucks you with a strap on. Okay? But it doesn't alter the fact that here in the real world, white, black, Asian, it doesn't fucking matter. We're all fucking equal in the good old US of A.
That is the world we were born into and the systems we were socialized under.
No, it's the bullshit world you've constructed in your feminist theory class because you were taught by a bitter old lesbian professor who's pissed off because she didn't bother finding a husband. So now the only thing she's got to go home to is her grumpy cats and her crusty pussy.
Whiteness, the valuing of especially white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant culture to the point of its widespread normalization.
Well, I don't know. In this country, it's what, 75% white? And I don't know what the percentages are between Catholic and Protestant, but I believe the country is largely a Lutheran nation when it comes to a Christian nation. So, yeah, these are just numbers. It doesn't mean that we live under white Lutheran rule. Again, we've passed several laws that any Christian faith would be pissed off with.
Is socially constructed, which means that we just made it up. We created the
Yeah, you're right. You made all this shit up.
idea of whiteness, its superiority, and who gets invited into it. Whiteness
No. I we maybe some assholes may have invented the superiority thing. And maybe way back in the day, like a century and a half ago, maybe some people believed it, but not anymore. As for who gets invited into it, your skin looks like this, you're in. Maybe a little tanner. I don't know. I don't care. Personally, I say you're in the club if you're fucking somebody that's white. That's fine. As for the idea of whiteness, again, we just looked at our skin color. Look, again, if you're this hung up on the fact that you're white, again, you can get some black dude to be your master, and he can fuck the shit out of you while calling you a white whore right before he comes on your stupid fucking face.
is present in our romanticization of Americana. It's
Again, 70% or 80% of America is white.
present in our cultural obsession with country music.
I don't think we have a cultural obsession with country music.
It's present in our social understanding of wealth and the American dream. It's
Really? Because it seems like black people love showing off their wealth.
all around us, embedded in the fabric of our society.
In fact, if what you just said was true, rap videos would not exist.
And we even unknowingly celebrate and therefore uphold it all the time.
No, we don't!
But white supremacy can't be dismantled unless those of us who hold power.
No, here's the thing. The only way that white supremacy would be dismantled to you is if I took a plain white playing card, stuck it on my shirt, and then marched myself into a white camp and let all the people of color have the rest of it. We'll just sit there in concentration camps. Well, I'm not doing that. Sorry. So here's a thought, Melissa. Instead of worrying about Taylor Swift maybe or maybe not commenting on the political shit that you think that she should be commenting on, here's a thought. Listen to her music, shut the fuck up, and worry more about your failing business. Just not for nothing.